Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, the chairman just shocked everybody. XRP holders, how you doing today? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. The market continues to be flippity floppity, up and down. The roller coaster continues. Whoa, right? The markets kind of don't know where they want to go right now. The stock market opened up in the red and then flipped back into the green. And in general, people are a little bit on the fence about what is going to potentially happen. You can see massive reversal in the stock market. US equities just saw two massive swings in an hour. First, it's dumped, then it pumped back up, and the same thing kind of happens to the crypto market. XRP dropped all the way to $1.42 to the support zone. Remember, this is a support zone that XRP had touched, had been a resistance, and now has become a support. So we'll see how this holds, the 143. If it breaks, then we'll go potentially down to this 134 area, which was a strong support area where XRP touched multiple times and then broke out of. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. Currently, Bitcoin is under 68,000, down minus 1.39% on the day at 67,934. Ethereum, interestingly, back over 2,000 after it dropped under 2,000. And you can see how volatile it has been over the past few hours. This is Ethereum, but it's 3%, almost 3% down, and then 3% up, and then 3% down. And XRP, similar action here. As the stock market opened up, XRP dropped about 2.39%. And then as the market kind of flipped here, XRP saw a 4.63 run in about 2 hours. So that's, a nice movement here in the markets. And it's, again, it wasn't just the crypto market, also the S&P 500 did similar action here. And so that's what we're seeing. Uncertainty, volatility. Markets don't know what's going to happen with the clarity, with the Iran situation, what's going to happen with the government shutdown, what's going to happen with the midterm election. That's a little bit farther out, but what's going to happen with Trump's court case with the Supreme Court and the tariffs, what's going to happen with that. So there's a lot of things that are concerning here for the for the markets in general. And you can see the VIX actually started up with a pump and then sold off a little bit, but it is still over 20. So if you remember, we've been talking about this. Anything over 20 is considered pretty bearish, and it high probability the market sells off of that. But anything under 20 is considered pretty bullish. And so this will be very interesting to see how this, plays out here in the next coming days. It is a short week because of President's Day. Hopefully you had a nice President's Day there, but it's a very interesting situation, and we'll see how this plays out. Now, a lot of people are getting all hot and bothered on this clip that came out here from Fox News, saying breaking, CFTC chair says that we are on the cusp of enacting crypto market structure bill into law. If this happens, the manipulation in the crypto market could drop from 70 to 90% down. And this is what he had to say.
Well, thanks to the president's leadership, we are on the cusp of getting clarity enacted into law. The regulation by enforcement's over, the Genius Act signed into law, and we've really turned a new page. And I would say the United States today is the crypto capital of the world. But thanks to the president's leadership.
So it will be very interesting to see what happens with this, because right now, this is the main thing for the crypto market. Why? Why do I say this? Again, this video is for entertainment purposes only, educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. In the short term, there isn't really a catalyst that I'm looking out at, except from what I mentioned before, the Trumps and the Iran and all that. But specifically for crypto, there's nothing really outside of the Clarity Act that could be bullish news, okay? Like real bullish news. And we've seen ever since the Coinbase pulled out, crypto has been in a free fall. So this is why I'm emphasizing so much and talking about this so much, because it was the trigger that sent the crypto market down. And it could also be the trigger that gives us the Uno reversal card, right? And so that's why a lot of people are getting all hot and bothered whenever someone thinks that there's high probability that it will pass. And Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says there's an 80% chance that the Clarity Act passes by the end of April. So that would mean, another month and a half or so of sluggish movement, of consolidation, maybe of quote unquote hard times, right? But I have been in the crypto market for a long time. I've been investing for a long time. And a month and a half might seem like a long time, but it goes by very, very fast. And we could wake up in 6 months and I'll say to you, remember when, this and that, right? Happens and the market was at the lowest point and people were freaking out. Same way I fondly look back at 2022 when the market was all the way down here in even the end of 2022 and into 2023, and I kept saying these are the opportunities. Some people listened, some people didn't. And you're going to be right about things sometimes, you're going to be wrong about some things sometimes. I thought, for example, that we'd see the parabolic movement here towards the end of the year, and that didn't happen, okay? So you always have to take into consideration that your trades, your investments, some of them will be successful and some of them won't. You're going to have some duds. I've had some duds. I've had mistakes. I've learned from them. And hopefully by the time I feel that I have become an expert trader or expert investor, you need 10,000 hours. I don't think that I have that yet. And even if I do, I think that I need to also mature, as a person. I think by the time I get to in my 60s, I think that when I'll feel that I'm a little bit more ripe, that I've cooked enough. I still don't feel that I know a lot, right? But I still don't feel that I know everything. I still don't feel that I have mastered my emotions. And maybe I'll never be able to do that, right? But I think by the time I get to that age, I think I'll have a lot less stress on myself when I get there. I don't know. Let me know, people that have hit that very nice age of 60. Some of you, I know, I see from the age distribution. Let me know, when you hit 60, do you get like more mellow? Do you calm down a little bit? I don't know. I think I'm a mellow person by nature, but I feel that maybe by the time you get to that age, you're settled, like your body, your mind, everything just like settles. I don't know. That's what I think that happens. That's what I'm hoping. um, Let me know. Now there's, once you hit 40, which I'm getting closer, your body starts feeling a little bit old sometimes. That's a totally different situation. Many people get to like 60, 70 and they say, my mind is young, but my body is old, right? So that's something that we need to watch out for as well. Wow, crazy action for Ethereum. Just looking at it right now, it's almost back to where it was in the beginning, April of 25, and it ran on that massive run and then sold totally off, right? Bitcoin also, was around 74,000 and now it's 67,000. XRP was, at 160 and now we're 148. Yes, we're down, but it's not that terrible. We were at similar levels back in April of 2025. And again, I've said this before. Of course, the fact that we are in extreme fear is because I think we didn't have the banana zone. We never experienced the crescendo, right? And because of that, I think that this is why we're in this status of extreme fear. And I still think that because we didn't see the extreme banana zone, we won't get to the extreme red, right? That's my theory. Again, maybe I'm right about this, maybe I'm wrong about this. You have to be ready for every single type of scenario that could happen. Now, there are people out there like Michael Saylor that continues to buy. It doesn't matter when, where, or how, and he bought another 168 million at 67,710 here. And they have a cost basis of 76,000. So they are in the red on their position still, right? But maybe they'll wake up in a month or two, and they are 6 months, and they were able to accumulate a significant amount of Bitcoin at these prices. Remember, as Bitcoin is at 67,000, and also XRP at $1.48. Remember, it was at 50 cents. So you could have, or 30 cents even, you could have accumulated a lot more at those levels. You could have accumulated less at 3.6. So it will be very interesting to see what happens with the market and how it plays out in the next coming weeks and days. On the daily chart, again, we are at the stochastic full at the top here, right? So that is a little bit of a concern. We did flip back the mid moving averages, right? The 20, the 30, they all flip back to sell. We still have the short term is at the buy, and we have the volume weighted moving averages is also a buy. All the others are sell, and then we have neutral here on the oscillators, and 2 buys on the short term, and we have the bull bear power that is giving us a sell. Similar for Bitcoin, Bitcoin has sell all across the board outside of the Ichimoku base. So theoretically, XRP is, if you're looking at just the indicators and the things here on the technicals on TradingView, it's at a stronger situation than Bitcoin right now, XRP. Where's Ethereum? Similar to Bitcoin, Solana, similar, one buy here on the simple moving average. Interesting. Again, we could flip very, very fast, and by next week, we could be in a totally different situation. And maybe yes, maybe not. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? Are we going to break out of this funk even if the Clarity Act doesn't pass in the next coming weeks? Or are we destined here for the next month or two to just consolidate and be in purgatory until the Clarity Act passes or doesn't pass? What is the next big thing that you think that would be the thing that moves the crypto market, gives a little bit of juice, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of rocket fuel? What do you think is going to be that? Is it the Clarity Act? Is it a deal between the U.S. and Iran? Is it I don't know. So maybe something new, right? Who knows? Things change, things shift. There's always going to get something new. I always keep the monkey on my shoulder to remind me that anything can happen. Okay. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. I know you can do it. You're going to do it. You're going to help us out here, right? Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.